The GMODIST, more GMODism.
Well, hello. This is your host Eric here, and we're totally going to test the Ultra Yamato versus my very ugly and very effective Super Battleship Davidos class. And about Davidos class, it is actually built in honor of Super Dave, who is now a Chancellor in the army of GMODISM. Yeah. We're gonna, this is gonna take some time to load in, but yeah, see you when it's loaded. Yeah, and the S Davidos, I made it as like a really big thing to basically be as effective as possible for my then knowledge of the game. It also costs 6 million, so it's an equal match to match. But do keep in mind that I built the S Davidos from the ground up. The Ultra Battleship Yamato, even though I learned some new things, I did fix Martincitopant stuff. I didn't build everything from the ground up, so there are some design choices that I wouldn't have chosen myself. So I do expect the S Davidos to win this battle, but we shall see. It's an equal material match, but let's get into that. So there we are in the game. This is the upgraded Ultra Battleship Yamato, and over here we have the S Davidos. It is ugly, it's effective, it's just a beast. So yeah, you can see almost 6 million, and if you go to, thank you, it's okay. So the S Davidos is actually a little bit below. Well, let's get the battle going. It's gonna lag, I guess. It has these crazy skull wheels. It's it's only built for effectiveness, really. Like the diff swarm and stuff like that. It's crazy. Well, in any case, I will say big thanks to all the commissioned officers in the army of GMODISM. Admiral Dragon X62. Look at that. It really spams diffs. Commander Ben Wilkie and Delphin, Lieutenants Ali, Anto Cravey, Flores Dagan, Daniel Saikin, Owen, Harbagreed, Vincent Veritas, Rick Brill, and Scooby Rocks, and of course to all our cadets and anyone else that might have joined in the meantime. Who knows? Alright, so the bolt guns on the S Davidos is absolutely crazy. We have some scary crams. This is actually the original cram cannon that was installed on the Gimlet class, so they're a bit of an older model than the upgraded version, the Mark II that's on the Gimlet, and that's going to be replaced very soon and might already have been replaced as you're watching this by the Mark III. Bam, clipping turrets there with big explosions. Look at that. The Ultra Battleship Yamato and the S Davidos is actually at equal footing in terms of material, so that's very interesting to see. I just want to see what little swarm do we have here. That is our diff guns, I guess. Look at that. Looks like they miss a little bit here. S Davidos is actually behind in health. Have I learned something between the making of the S Davidos and the upgrade of the Ultra Yamato? I believe I have, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think the results we're looking at right now is a little bit like misguided, if you will. Look, the lamps could take out those mortars. That's good, at least. Yeah, I think it may be a little bit inaccurate due to the S Davidos has a lot of squishy blocks on the outside, so it drops in health really fast. Here you can see, bam, we got a pretty scary swarm of stuff here. Look at that. Diff guns popping in. I want to see where my bolt guns fire. They are very scary. And I do want to see if the lamps will be able to take out those killer missiles. Looks like they won't. They are going for the decoys, 100%. Wow. Using decoys is such a good strat. I believe the missiles can be incendiary, but I'm not really sure. The S. Davidos has taken the lead. Of course it has. I would be very surprised otherwise. This is an old ship, but it's really min-maxed for that time. You know, it doesn't look very beautiful, as you can see. Well, I guess it's up to taste, but... Look at that. This is the mini bolt gun. It doesn't look very beautiful in this setting, but whatever. I want to see where the mini bolt gun is actually aiming. Fire. Bam. So I'm gonna lock onto this. I know it's gonna focus here for a while. And maybe it just changed where it aims now then. Or I locked onto the wrong gun. Well, we can look here. They have a mix of bag of shells keeping it together. It's a pretty interesting mixed system like that. Uses a good bit of incendiary. I think I added incendiary to this just when incendiary was added. But that's how old the S. Davidos is. Look at that. We got the missiles coming in here. Looks like... Is the decoys... Yeah, the radar decoys are still alive and kicking. Nice. Alright. Look at that. Well, we shall see how this battle goes. The S. Davidos is at 94%, but it is a bit tilting right now. Let's see how the incoming swarms of from the Yamato is being dealt with here. I mean, it has lambs, but it's not insane lambs. Wonder if it has... Oh yeah, it actually has a good bit of diff guns left there. Oh, look at that though. Oh, bam! Okay, the missiles did take it out. Oh. Oh no. I just wanted to follow the shells. I want to see where the bolt gun is shooting. I wonder where the lambs, like... It's probably the bolt guns the lambs are focusing on, right? I set them up to cryo smaller stuff. The bolt gun is a bit scary. The larger bolt gun really punches hard. It has an interesting mix. Goes into that in some older videos on the GMODISM channel, if you would be into that. We have a new fire. Alright. Of course, I can't access the fire tool. I just wanted to see the strength of that fire. We can check it here, but you know. Alright, we have a size 20,000. We have a big fire somewhere. Of course, I don't know where. Looks like the Ultra Yamato... It looks like the Ultra Yamato's main AI has actually been killed. That's interesting, because now it's the secondary AI is moving on here. So the S. Davidos might have gotten a real gotcha there. Right, let me find the AI. That is just the processing core. That is just the laser stuff. Okay, here be the main AI, right? It seems to be A-OK though. Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. It was a funny Easter egg. Well, it doesn't have anything to do with a certain button, you know? I just want to say you that. No spoilers. Yeah, okay, you probably know that by now, but whatever. Right, so the Ultra Yamato, I'm not really sure Because was that it? No, it's probably just because they weren't aimed the proper direction. Oh yeah, okay, that's something. Hope they're not getting too far from each other. I hate when stuff gets DQ'd for running away. Like, I made the Ultra Yamato a lot more maneuverable and fast to turn. But it was really bad previously. So while I made it a lot better, it is it's still just slow. Turn a bit too slow. But its top speed, 35 meters per second. That's actually pretty decent. I don't remember what's the S Davidos speed. It's kind of similar to that. The S Davidos defenses are off the rails. It's so tilty. Our guy is so tilty. This actually has a decent anti-torpedo system, so I actually think it can keep the eggplants at bay. Yeah, it even has underwater guns, proper guns for firing at stuff coming like torpedoes. Otherwise, I think they default, or I'm pretty sure they default at firing against the ship instead if it doesn't have a target. Kinetic slugs firing underwater. Fun stuff. Can actually just sweep the underwater area just to get a little interesting view. It's so far. Look at that. Here are anti-torpedo torpedoes are already coming in here. We can actually stalk this little torpedo. I want to see if it gets to release the mini eggplants or not. Look at that. You saw those sieves cannons? They're starting to bam! Straight on. That was a hit. Got another hit. We got a lot of those anti-torpedo torpedoes. Oh yeah, the sieves bam! The underwater sieves dealt. That's pretty far away. They can deal with stuff pretty far away. Alright. Ultra Battleship Yamato has 86% and the S Davidos is at 91. The S Davidos is a lot more maneuverable. You can see we have assets to turn. Right. The crazy vertical launch missiles are firing away too. We're a bit too far away for the diff guns to work, so they're just not online right now. They're biding their time. Can I follow the mini bolter? Bolt minigun, mini bolt gun. And the mini bolt gun, it fires shells of 125 millimeters. So yeah, it's the mini version, but it's not like small potatoes. All right. And the large bolt guns, I think they're like, I don't remember, 400 millimeters something? 415 or 25? Pretty big shells, not max, but almost. And to be honest, the bolt gun system, it looks cool. I like the aesthetics of it, but it's not the best, to be honest. It's not too min-maxed because it's expensive, man. This is expensive gun. You can see some of them already got damaged. S Davidos is at 90%. To be honest, it doesn't dominate as much as I thought it would. But it was a long time I did build it, so, you know, there is that. The upgrades I did on the Ultra Yamato is my latest tricks up my sleeve. So I guess they are a pretty good match when I think of it. They're a pretty like, even match. Alrighty. Looks like they damaged each other's guns a good bit, so it's a bit of a slower battle now. Oh, we have a real confetti problem here. The APS guns on the Yamato is completely dead by now. And that's why I don't do that's why I don't do turret wells. Sorry for the camera, I just got excited, I guess. Locked onto the wrong stuff. It's tilting so hard. It's like making the guns not even been able to shoot properly when it does these maneuvers. Diff guns should be able to fire now. If anyone has the shell to fire, that is. Alrighty. Well. Looks like we have a torpedo incoming here. When we fire it from this close distance, can it reach it? No, it got destroyed. As Davidos is delivering. After all these years, Ultra Battleship Yamato is 77%. Yes. Ooh, the Hell Rain is not actually reaching. I think both the Ultra Yamato and the S Davidos mortar systems are not super tanky, so they can be shot down with decent lands and civs, and that's something both of them have. And that's intentional. They are designed to carry payload mainly, so, and to distract enemy systems. Looks like the Ultra Yamato did a little maneuver to make sure its other side is facing the enemy, which is a good idea. Isn't this little turret cute? It actually can aim a lot further down. That looks so stupid. I didn't realize it could aim that far down. Oh no. Our guy is firing blanks. Poor thing. Yeah, no pellets. Ooh. Yes, Davidos took a real hit, but Ultra Yamato is down to 75%. Looks like and now another swarm of missiles is coming in here. I wonder if the Lambs will be able to tackle them. I think the Lambs is actually too damaged by now. Yeah, they're not getting those missiles out of the sky. S Davidos has a lot of VLMs. %, just 6 minutes in the battle. 6 minutes? That's a lot less. The game speed is 1/3, and yeah, we are at 18 minutes of this recording, so that makes sense, I guess. That cram, did it just disappear? Who knows? What's the S Davidos up to? Do we have a capsaicin problem here? Looks like our main engines may be offline now. No, they seem to be a-okay. They're just a bit sad. The bolt guns are actually... a lot of them are a bit dead. Let me follow this one. What shell is this, by the way? It is the... don't remember. Armor piercing. Kinda setup. Oh, it... okay. Right. Ooh. The detonator cram system. Some of them are still firing against the Yamato here. They're the biggest damage dealers. Ooh. Boom. Like, this turret is still sitting there. I made it real sturdy so it doesn't fall off easily, but it's not many blocks inside it left. So it would be a mercy for it to fall off. Well, actually not. The block count on the Yamato is gonna decrease a lot, and then it's gonna close in on despawn territory. Bam, bam, bam. Looks like the S. Davidos class Super Battleship is staying at like 88%. Or it was 89 a second ago. I guess the mortars may be dealing most of the damage on the Yamato's part. But the Ultra Yamato, I believe we have more fires than we can see. Yeah. I think so. So it is definitely gonna... I think it actually tries to switch sides again here, because now it thought that like, whoops, this side is a bit too damaged. Not a bad strat, mind you. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, that's too funny. Look at that. These mortars, they were actually bounced off. They were bounced off the Yamato. I almost thought they would hit the Davidos back. That would be so funny. Look at that. That's another detonator, yeah. Look at that. Bam, big damage. 65%. Yes, it's gonna die any second now. Or not any second. It takes a long time. I think the Yamato is actually being hit a little bit there by Davidos cluster missiles. I think I added cluster missiles just for fun, as you do. Strange game this. Can't believe they don't have like area, like penetration, like altitude fuse. That's most of my newer crams have that. It's a better strat. All right. Looks like this super structure is having a not too good of a day. Surprises me that the Yamato's lasers is still somewhat online. I did put in a lot of effort of making it more resilient than it was before, but it's still pretty exposed. But it's, you know, it was part of the integrity of Martin's design, so I didn't wanna mess that up. Right. The game speed is like Hall speed now. Enough blocks have fallen off for the performance to be somewhat increased. I guess that's a good thing. Boom, I think we had a lot of engines back there. Yeah, or think. I put some engines back here since the back portion isn't hit too often, so... the Yamato may have some power struggles. Ooh. Those hurt. Yes, Davidos is still at 88%. It has been there for a while. It's not looking good though. Poor thing. Well, the bolt gun is firing tirelessly. I'm sorry, now I messed up the camera again. Finding the camera back there took a little longer than I'd like to admit, but here we are. Right, so more missiles popping in. Did you accidentally fall into the water, poor missile? You did. Will you reach? Bam! Yeah, okay. This poor thing then. Will it like smack into the side of the poor Yamato, or will she be spared? Oh, she will be spared. Oh well. Oh, bam! I think we lost them turrets. Oh no! Yeah. Looks like the Yamato may be having a bit of a bisection problem soon, maybe? Or maybe nose is being cut off is more accurate. I feel a bisection is a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more to the center of mass to being counted as that. But it's like 1% left. I think it's gonna despawn before anything of that sort happens. And now the cluster missiles probably reach you. Do you have bad range? What's up with you? That's the, as you can see, this is the cluster delivery system. All right. There we got it. Older battleship Yamato despawning. It is dead. It is despawning. GG. S. Davidos still delivers as expected. I'm not very surprised by these results. But, well, maybe you are. I don't know. If you are, tell me in the comments. I'll be seeing you next time. I'm gonna test the Ultra Yamato versus the... we're gonna have it against the Constabulary. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do next time. Anyways, this is your host, Eric of gmodism. I'm signing out. Check out the 24/7 live stream on this channel and on ECCLESIARCHY if you want some 24/7 typing on keyboard as a background companion. I don't know. In any case, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time, and big thanks again to all our supporters.